Today marks the return from injury of two of baseball's brightest stars. Matt Cain has done it all, and his resume is impressive. A playoff and World Series ace, three-time All-Star, and a perfect game make Cain a welcome sight for the Giants. At just 22 years old, Jose Fernandez was a phenom who was Rookie of the Year and an All-Star in 2013. A dominating force and a rising star until he was shut down a year ago. Two of baseball's best make their comebacks in the final game of the series next.
Day baseball here in South Florida. Yes, it's also getaway day. It's also the final game of this three-game series, Giants and Marlins. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Very, very tough loss last night, so this game very important. And it is maybe the most intriguing pitching matchup of the week. And that's the veteran in Cain, the kid in Fernandez, and both coming back this year.
Well, you're right. It's the 10-year warhorse, and Matt Cain, who has done everything in the game, including been to the All-Star game 3 times, 3-time world champion, facing, well, the up-and-coming stallion who has some of the best stuff in all of baseball. So debuts for the season for these guys. For the Giants, they simply need a stop job out of Matt Cain, who's more than capable of doing it. We're very, very interested to see what type of stuff he brings out there. If it's what we saw in spring training, it's great stuff, and he should pitch quite well. So, hey, let's see how they do.
Yep. Giants looking for a happy flight to Washington, D.C. Great matchup, Cain against Fernandez. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update right after this.
Is out of the dugout, headed to the mound. Game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Hey, do what we did the last 3 days. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily. 90 degrees outside, 77 inside, humidity at 61%. And the roof is closed. Not permanently, but closed. Here's a Giants lineup. No Pagan, so it's Blanco in the leadoff spot, then Panic, Duffy, and Buster Posey. His numbers at first compared to behind the dish. Bell will be the hit fifth, followed by Crawford, Susac, and Maxwell, and Matt Cain will hit ninth.
Well, on the hill today, after a long rehab from Tommy John surgery, will be Jose Fernandez. See what he did last year. 4-2 with a 2.44 ERA. He was the pitcher of the month just before he went on the disabled list. And through it all, Jose Fernandez still 22 years of age. He'll turn 23 later on this month. 6'2", 220-pounder. And this is the numbers: 70 strikeouts against 13 walks and 51 2/3, and just 36 hits allowed. You're going to see low to high 90s with velocity. He's got a nice natural sink to his fastball. It is very heavy, and he can command the knee-high part of the strike zone. It is, I mean, he can darn near pitch with just the one pitch. He's got a curveball and a very good changeup. And I think for the most part, you have to think of him as kind of a sinker guy with a great changeup. That's what you're going to see for the most part.
So here's Blanco to lead things off. And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way. And it's a called strike.
It's the first time that Fernandez has ever faced the Giants. So blazing new trails.
So 96 outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Blanco. Blanco's got his average up to 314. Home plate umpire is Scott Berry. Barrett, Conroy, and Hernandez from first to third.
Pretty big zone. You'll see low strikes. You'll see high strikes. I mean, it's kind of a rule book strike zone in regards to up and down.
Base hit into center field. And that's how this game gets started.
Let's take a look at the defense for the Miami Marlins. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it'll be Yelich, Ozuna, and Suzuki. Good arms in right and in center field. Echeverria and Rojas on the left side. Gordon and Bohr on the right side. Jeff Mathis will be in the squad, putting down the signs. This is the best defensive team that the Marlins have, and they are a very good defensive team. They've only made 33 errors on the year. They rank second in the National League.
Here's Panic, who takes low. Panic at 314. 2 hits last night. And 2 hits on Tuesday night, so 4 hits in the series. And there's a strike.
You'll see a little bit of extension on both corners too. I mean, Scott Berry's got a great strike zone to pitch to.
See Blanco with 4 steals. He got thrown out trying to steal yesterday. With Duffy to follow. In at third is Reyes. And that's not close. It's 3-1. So a little bit out of whack right now for Jose Fernandez.
Yeah,
and if Joe Panic, you look for something right here.
He's got to be a little geeked up. First start. Coming back to big leagues after a 14-month layoff.
Outfield straight away. Ozuna playing fairly deep. Panic bounces it foul. So did not come in with a fastball. Now we'll see if Gregor Blanco's on the move. Just underway here in South Florida, game 3 of this series. Blanco goes. Swinging a bouncing ball fair down the left field line. Blanco on the move. Panic's going to go to second, and he'll make it. He can hit.
He can hit. Can absolutely defend that strike zone. As good as anybody on this Giants team. Here he shoots it right past Miguel Rojas, the third baseman. And I think Yelich makes a bit of a mistake here, throwing off the right foot. I think he had time to set his feet. He doesn't have a great arm, but once he went on the right foot, he loses a lot of power, and Joe Panik takes advantage of it. And he was sniffing second base right off the crack of the bat.
I agree. I thought they had a play on him. Here's Duffy. Duffy right at 300. 2 hits last night. Breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
That's the first breaking ball he's throwing. That's not one you're going to go up there looking for. Not when a guy can throw 97 with sink.
Yeah, he'd probably throw it again, and you're not going to look for it.
And there it is. Good call.
So clearly pitching for the strikeout.
That's kind of what the situation calls for. I know it's the first inning. It's a little premature. He wants to have the big inning, but with a guy like Fernandez and his stuff, he's going to think strikeout.
Right down Broadway.
At 99 with perfect location.
Take a look at the comparison of the two. Fernandez's last start came in May. Cain's was in July. Totally different surgeries. And both coming back today. Here's Posey. Driven to right. And Suzuki's going to make the catch. Tagging and scoring is Blanco, and the Giants lead 1-0. Buster Posey hit it right on the nose.
Not wasting any time either. He's looking for the first strike he could find to get the ball in the air deep enough to score. An easy score for Gregor Blanco.
Also on the play, Panik tagged up and went to third. RBI number 55 for Buster Posey. So here's Belt. They better tune it up a little bit with Fernandez. It's 0-1.
And he also will use his velocity for a little two-strike surprise. He'll cruise 94, 93 early in the count.
A little pop-up over third, and it's gonna fall. And coming in to score is Panik. Maybe the ugliest hit of the day.
Or the month, including last month. But it's a 2-out knock, and it produces an RBI. And that's the kind of hit that makes Bruce Bochy smile. Just a little jam job, but strong enough to throw it out over the head of Rojas. I mean, it would have been a spectacular play had they been able to come up with it, and they almost pulled it off. Just out past the outstretched arms of Rojas and Echeverria.
So here's Crawford. Posey had a line drive that went around 300 feet that was caught. Belt hit a lob wedge to left. Down the left field line. Yelich a long run. This is going to be foul.
Just to finish that point about the fastball from Fernandez, he'll put you to sleep in the low mid-90s, and then in a 2-strike count, you'll see 99. He has that reach back velocity, and it really is another pitch.
So here's Crawford, 1 ball and 1 strike. Twelve and 0 at home. One and 2. Outside, 2 and 2.
He's got something else I've never seen before. He's got an orange glove.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crawford, line drive to right, but Ichiro's there, and that'll end the inning. Giants on the board twice. Kane coming out for the first time this year. Last night to win the game. He's got 8 home runs on the season, followed by Ozuna, Rojas, and Ichiro. Mathis is going to hit 8th, and Fernandez, who can hit a little bit, is going to hit 9th.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the veteran Matt Cain, making start number 1 on the year. Cain, 6'3", 230-pounder, 30 years old, in his 10th year at the big league level. 3-time All-Star. Last season in 15 starts, really pitching with an elbow that this was not his friend. Went 2-7 with a 4.15 ERA. Still the 2-to-1 strikeout walk ratio, and less hits than innings pitched. And you're right, you're going to see low to mid-90s with the fastball, curveball, changeup, cutter, slider. He's going to throw everything at you, and opens up the game with a changeup.
Gordon hitting at 350. Out of play. The Giants have really been beaten in this series by 2 3-run home runs. Gordon hit an inside the park home run on Tuesday, a 3-run home run, and then Bohr hit the 3-run home run in the 9th last night. Out of play down the left field line. So you just don't expect to get beat in this park by the home run. Gordon, kind of an emergency swing, stays alive.
spotting that fastball well right now. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Kane today for the Giants, starting in their outfield. From left to right, it'll be Belt, Blanco, and Maxwell. Crawford and Duffy on the left side. Panic and Posey on the right side. Andrew Susak, he'll be in the squad, putting down the sides.
On the ground to Buster Posey. Gordon's retired, and that'll bring up Yelich. Well, if you're coming back after laying off for a year, and the first guy that you have to face is D. Gordon, it's not a good thing, but Kane gets right through him.
He did not miss a location with anything that he threw.
So here's Yelich, another good hitter, and he takes wide, 1-0.
And a changeup to open up the at-bat. Kane's thinking, where was that?
Yeah. So it's 3-0. Kane comes back, takes a little off, gets it into the strike zone. On deck is Danny Echeverria. And the walk to Yelich.
A bit of a sling across his body with the fastball. That's what we saw him struggle with in spring training. It was the release point of his fastball. We saw a lot of this, and it really had everything to do with the extension that he was getting with his arm that he hadn't gotten in the last 3 years because of the bone chips that were in his elbow.
So here's Echeverria, 0 for 9 lifetime against Kane. And he takes a strike, so Kane right back into the strike zone. Every fastball that Kane has thrown in this game has been at 91. Sidearm toss to Posey. Yelich has got 6 steals. He's been thrown out just 1 time.
He's pretty good at picking his spots to go. But he does have a green light. If he gets a jump or thinks he can get an extra half step or step on the lead, he'll go.
Runner goes. Susak's throw is late. So stolen base number 7.
Take a look at the jump. I don't think even with a good accurate throw that Susak would have had him.
I agree. So Yelich at second. So Kane strikes out Echeverria, and here's Justin Bour. Let's take a look at our T-Mobile game changer. Last night, 9th inning for Justin Bour, his first career walk-off home run. So here he is facing Matt Cain. And it's just outside for a ball, 1-0.
Just missing with that changeup on that outside corner.
No overshift, but Panic playing out in shallow right field. Tried to hit that inside corner. It's 2-0. Way outside, 3-0.
Well, Kane doesn't know him. You mentioned the success he had with Echeverria. Well, he went right through him. Here, he doesn't know Justin Bour, and he's got an open base. And veteran pitchers do not like hitters that they don't know.
So I don't think King cared at all that he walked him. So here's Ozuna. Ozuna hitting at 259. And he pops this one up. Will Posey have room? He will not. It's right on top of the Giants dugout. It's no balls and 1 strike. If you just joined us, the Giants scored 2 runs off of Fernandez in the top of this inning on 3 hits.
Good hard slider. And that was one of the concerns that we had when we first saw Kane in spring training. After the surgery was cleaned out his elbows, what type of breaking balls was he going to have? And they were very good. That last one was fantastic.
Outside 2-1.
He has not thrown a curveball yet. Breaking balls that he's throwing has been the slider. And I think over the years when his curveball started to lose its quickness, he started trusting the changeup a little bit more, and it looks to me like he's doing the same thing today. The success he's had with the changeup, I think he's always going to feel like that's his best friend in regards to specialty pitches.
Duffy, side retired. No runs, 2 walks, 2 left. Second inning coming up. 2-0 Giants.
game millions are playing. Action-packed, insanely fun. And playing Great American Ballpark, home of the 2015 All-Star Game with 2015 Home Run Derby participants. Download MLB.com Home Run Derby free on the App Store and Google Play.
Here's Susak. Susak. It's a breaking ball for a strike, hitting 267.
Take a look at the motion. Hands very quiet, never really raise above the letters on his chest. And you can see the amount of backside and legs that he gets into his delivery. Easy to tell where his power comes from.
Susak out of play.
I mean, he gets enormous push off that back leg. It's like Tom Seaver drive. Doesn't get down as low as Seaver, but he gets back leg into it like Seaver did.
Hit slowly to third for Rojas. Susak's retired. And that'll bring to the plate Justin Maxwell.
Well, Fernandez is 25 pitches into it. He should start settling into a pretty nice rhythm with all the adrenaline burned off. '97 right on the hands. Think about Fernandez. I mean, he's not a guy that's wild. And I think that's what makes him unique. I mean, he really is a guy that can combine command with power. But the beauty of that is when you dive in there to get a swing off, and you have to cheat with 98. You know you're going to see something around the strike zone.
One ball, two strikes.
The goal for the Giants are to get pitches out of Fernandez. The one thing you do not want to see when a guy comes off a DL is long innings. If you're Chuck Hernandez, the pitching coach, leave for breaking ball. And they did well getting pitches out of him in the first inning. That's the goal.
So here's King. Kane over the years, pretty good hitter.
Except on that pitch there.
Yeah, well, every once in a while he'll act like he's just setting the guy up. Echeverria behind second, and that'll end the inning. So Fernandez comes back with a 1-2-3 second. Miguel Rojas will lead things off. 2012 against the Astros, the last out of Matt Cain's perfect game. This was a ground ball to the right of Joaquin Arias. And a perfect game. 125 pitches. Cain in that game had 14 strikeouts. And those do not come around very often.
No, they do not. And he joined the list of Giants pitchers, San Francisco Giants pitchers, that have thrown a no-hitter. His a little more special because it was perfect. And Chris Heston joined the list this year.
So here's Rojas. 2-0 Giants. Rojas, Ichiro, Mathis. Cain in that first inning walked 2. He threw 21 pitches. And a strike here. Rojas is 0 for 3 since he's been called up to the major leagues. On the ground to Panic to Posey. 1 out. So here's Ichiro. Ichiro with 42 hits this year. Here he takes a strike. Ichiro started on Tuesday night and went 0 for 2. It's this one to Maxwell in right field. 2 down. And here's Mathis.
Matt Cain seems to be settling in. Some of that adrenaline running off. Well, I don't care if you're a rookie or if you're a 15-year veteran. I mean, the very first outing you have in a major league season, you're on the same plane. You're pumped up.
Yep.
It takes time to wear off the adrenaline.
Mathis, a 167 hitter. And Cain, first pitch strike. Foul back. It's now 0-2. And a waste pitch high, 1-2. Marlins 20-22 at home. Won the first 2 games in this 3-game series. 2-2 to Mathis. Marlins will head to Chicago to play the Cubs. Giants will head to Washington, D.C. Mathis on the ground to Buster Posey, and that'll end the inning. Both pitchers now settling down. It'll be the top of the order coming up. 2-0 Giants.
MIA is brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Beautiful shot here in Miami. Awesome. 2-0 Giants as Gregor Blanco is going to lead things off.
It's the bridge we crossed today from the Giants hotel to the ballpark.
I didn't even think you were paying attention on that.
Oh, yeah.
What are we saying? Key Biscayne?
Key Biscayne.
There's a strike to Blanco. Blanco's done during this 9-game hitting streak. Open the game up with a base hit. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. See Blanco trying to poke that one in the hole past Echeverria. One and 2. Got him.
That breaking ball really has been the pitch that has been most lethal for Fernandez.
So round 2 goes to Fernandez.
Break that thing down. Try and put it in the dirt between home plate and the catcher. Just big and hard and quick.
Panic with a double in the first. And he takes a strike.
Panic not looking for changeups.
Up the middle and a base hit. Well, the Mets will be in town on the next homestand. Monday and Tuesday are both night games. The Wednesday game's a day game, so you can catch day baseball in the city at 12:45 start. sfgiants.com/tickets.
That's an 0-2 knock. Fernandez trying to softball him, staying away from the fastball in that at bat, and yet he burns him.
Duffy struck out looking in the first. And he takes low. Buster Posey to follow. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. And a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, that's an A number 1-1-0 breaking ball. I don't know if you can throw a better one.
So Duffy there gets a fastball and fouls it back. Fans came into this game, their first 4 hitters in the lineup all hitting at 300 or better. Duffy waited on that breaking ball, but fouls it back.
And it had some hang time to it. That was up right around the belt.
One and 2. Justin Bour at first, holding on to, or holding Panic close. And there's another breaking ball up, and it's fouled out of play.
Doesn't have quite the ability to get that breaking ball down out of the stretch that he does out of the windup.
1-2 pitch, a little pop-up out to Gordon. Gordon's going to make the catch. So here's Buster Posey.
Just solid first half numbers. 304, 12 homers, 55 RBIs.
Oh, 1. Out of play.
All right, time now for our Geico quote. This comes from Buster Posey on the foul tip off his mask last night. He said, "I've been lucky this year. I haven't had any to zing me. That was the first one. I just have to be smart as possible about these things."
0-2. Get on the ground towards the hole. Rojas is there, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Fernandez is going to lead things off. It remains 2-0.
Is brought to you by Momo's, a San Francisco tradition.
Here it's 2-0. Giants as we head to the Marlins half of the 3rd inning. Here's Jose Fernandez, who's a pretty good hitter. And he takes high. 1 ball and no strikes.
Saw the waves on the coastline of Florida, or I should say lack of waves on the coastline of Florida.
There's the strike.
Always amazed me that the best surfer in the world comes from Florida. Where do you get waves here?
Big bouncer to Duffy. We've got some great water parks where you can.
I guess so. I guess that's how Kelly Slater got started.
So here's Gordon. Gordon opened up the bottom of the 1st with a ground ball to Buster Posey. And he hits a little pop-up that Duffy's going to run out of room. Heads up. In case you missed it the other night, Gordon hit an inside the park home run, and in the end it beat the Giants.
That was his first home run he's ever hit as a Marlin. First home run here, obviously. And it's the first inside the park home run ever in this ballpark. So it was a historical swing of the bat.
Crawford's going to move over, and Crawford will make the catch. Yeah, we just love to make history, Giants do.
Well, not that kind.
So here's Yelich, who drew a walk in the first inning. First pitch wide.
Not getting that changeup on the outside corner. But it does set up hard stuff in.
Look out. This guy didn't have to work for it. This ball went right through that guy. But he's already got one. So. A bit high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. How to play the other way. And a full count to Yelich.
Marlins missing 3 parts of their offense. Giancarlo Stanton, obviously the biggest part. Martin Prado, I mean, that's a big hit to their offense. And Michael Morse, all on the disabled list.
Belt over his head. Yelich will have a double.
And that's the first hit off of Matt Cain day. 2 strike, 2 out. Double. Really, I don't care who's playing out there. If you're playing in the position that he started, you're not going to get a chance to get back on that ball.
So here's Echeverria, who struck out in the first inning. Check swing, foul. No balls and 1 strike.
Cain throwing pain-free. Elbow cleaned out of bone chips, and a couple months later they cleaned out bone chips in his ankle.
Look out. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Basically a 100,000-mile service.
Yeah. It's not uncommon, correct?
No, and as durable as he has been throughout his 10 years at the big league level. I mean, this is when he went on the disabled list last year was the first time.
Tim Lincecum goes on the DL for the first time today.
He has been remarkably durable. And his injury, the result of a line drive off of his arm. It wasn't anything that was from within, anatomically.
Line drive, base hit. So the Marlins are on the board. It's 2-1. And that's the first hit that Echeverria has ever had off the King. He's now 1 for 11.
Little breaking ball, really not a hanger on the outside corner at the knees, and a nice job of protecting the dish with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Echeverria going the opposite way. So he finally solves Matt Cain, and it's a big swing of the bat because it puts him on the board.
So here's Justin Moore, who's coming up for the second time. He walked in the first. And he takes in tight. Echeverria's got 3 steals. He's been thrown out 1 time. And this is to Duffy at third, and that'll end the inning. 2-out double, 2-out single. 4th inning coming up. 2-1 Giants.
'63 at Candlestick, Juan Marichal pitched 16 innings. He allowed 8 hits, 4 walks, struck out 10, 227 pitches, facing Warren Spahn, who went 15 1/3, 9 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts through 201 pitches. Billy Mays hit a walk-off home run at the bottom of the 16th, and the Giants won that ball game 1-0. And that's our McDonald's True Stories. What an unbelievable anniversary this is today to acknowledge that accomplishment. We'll never see it again.
Never.
200 plus pitches for both pitchers, no chance.
Bell with a little bloop single in the first. Here he fouls it out of play, 1 and 2. Got him. 4th strikeout for Fernandez. And here's Crawford. Crawford hit a line drive to right field that was caught. So he's 0 for 1. Crawford lines it to right. He's got a base hit. Crawford hit his 11th home run last night.
This is a tie ball game. And that was a 3-2 count. And he gambled and got the pitch that he wanted and took on the deep part of right center and spanked it out of here. And we thought that was going to be the difference maker of the game. And it was all going according to plan until the Marlins scored 3 in the bottom of the 9th for a comeback walk-off victory. But that at bat from Brandon Crawford had everybody talking.
So here's Susak. Susak, a little pop-up out of play. Giants with 2 runs on 5 hits. The Marlins a run on 2 hits. 56 pitches now for Jose Fernandez. Foul back.
That always drives me crazy when I see a pitcher go down and take his hand and put it in the dirt and not use the rosin bag. And Fernandez does it a lot. The reason that it's bad is that the dirt causes friction on the fingertips and you can blister up. Doesn't happen with rosin, which is why they have the rosin bag out there.
In the dirt, it's 1 and 2.
You can see the dirt mark on the side of his pant. I mean, he does it a lot. He goes down full hand. Now he goes rosin bag. He's doing a good job of getting pitches out of him.
Susak on the ground. Rojas, that's 1. And that's all real good.
Rojas, just called up from their AAA affiliate in New Orleans, is really an exceptional defensive player. And with Fernandez out there today, they put their best defensive lineup out. I mean, that's a beautiful play to go down to a low backhand and quickly get to his feet to get off a throw. And with D. Gordon's arm, who has one of the strongest arms in all of baseball, I thought they had a chance to get Susak. I'm impressed he legged that out.
Here's Maxwell. Maxwell struck out in the 2nd inning. And he shoots one to right field, a base hit. Susak is going to put on the brakes, which is very wise on his part.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to take on the arm of Ichiro. It's one of the best arms, assist arms in the game. Very accurate. And it gets Kane up this inning, which is significant.
Kane bounced to Echeverria to end the 2nd. And he sees a breaking ball for a strike. Susak at second base. At first is Maxwell, and that pitch is low. One and 2 on that outside corner.
Jeff Mathis, a good catcher. Got a great target. You know, the one thing I like about catchers when they give a target, is that they hold it there. They don't collapse their hand down, relax it, and bring it back up. He puts that glove up there, and he sets that target, and it stays there. It's just a great concentration point.
Curveball, and Kane is out swinging, and that'll end the inning. Ozuna, Rojas, Ichiro coming up.
The San Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
2-1 in favor of the Giants. As Matt Cain has allowed 1 run on 2 hits.
Well, pretty loud today. I mean, obviously Jose Fernandez back on the hill, but it's camp day. And you look around the ballpark and you see a lot of T-shirts, same color and same sections, and these kids are extremely loud, having a ball. Camp day.
So here's Marcell Ozuna to lead things off. Ozuna bounced out to Duffy. And the first, that was a high breaking ball, 1-0. Two balls, no strikes. And Cain comes back in, 2-1. On deck is Rojas and then Ichiro. Three and one. So Cain came in 2-0. He's going to have to come in again here, 3-1. And this is lifted high to right field for Maxwell. One out.
If you think about it, I mean, every game you pitch in at this level, you're going to have those pitches where you're behind the count. You have to give in to a hitter and get in that strike zone. And that was one of those instances right there. Down the count, 3-1, leadoff hitter. You've got a challenge. And how you do in those instances often defines your day.
Rojas bounced out to Joe Panik in the second. And he shoots this one past Duffy for a base hit. first hit here in the big leagues this year for Rojas, and that'll bring up Ichiro. Ichiro hit a ball pretty well to Maxwell in right that Maxwell ran down. And the first pitch is wide. 1 ball and no strikes.
When you watch Ichiro, even when he's out in the outfield, he's always twisting, stretching, contorting. Amazing flexibility, but he really works at it.
And a strike.
And he, like Nori Aoki, when they start the movement, their lower body, it always looks like they're falling towards first base. And you wonder, how can they hit the outside pitch? Nori Aoki, his style of hitting is completely modeled after Ishiro's. Nori said this is the guy that he idolized, this is the guy that he wanted to be like, and he really has emulated his swing and his style. A ton of similarities in their approach.
Just off the plate.
If you look at the movement that he has, it's always kind of falling back away from the outside pitch.
Panic and Crawford at double play depth as Kane checks on Rojas.
Ichiro, one of the greatest histories, one of the greatest hitters in the history of baseball, without question. And really defined a style see it all over the Asian leagues in Japan and Taiwan and Korea. And he is the guru.
So 3-1 to Ichiro. Rojas being kept close by King. And the walk. Well, you see the numbers for Ichiro. He had 9 seasons in Japan.
I mean, 24 years combined. I mean, he's got more hits, runs scored, stolen bases, and just phenomenal numbers. Over 4,000.
Suzuki's going to go out and maybe have a chat with Kane, also give him a breather. Crawford's going to come in. Kane with 58 pitches, his first time out, just like Jose Fernandez. Fernandez is on deck. You
combine those hit totals for Ichiro in Japan and the U.S. and he's 92 hits short of Pete Rose. And I think he'd like to play long enough to to break that number.
Two and on the ground towards the hole. Crawford to Panic. Panic to Posey. Not a problem. And that'll end the inning. Top of the order coming up. It remains 2-1.
Have Friday, July 10th, a social media night presented by AT&T, and your special event package will include a game ticket to see the Giants take on the Phillies and your very own Pence on the Fence doll. Reminder, to receive the Pence on the Fence doll, you need to purchase the special event ticket. You need that ticket, go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Pence on the fence. Maybe after the All-Star break, Pence and Wright.
Yeah, that'd be nice. He's getting closer. Definitely making some positive strides to get back to the active list.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Blanco.
And you watch the target of Jeff Mathis, one of the really great defensive catchers in the game.
Hit on the ground, foul.
And little things that, holding that glove up and not collapsing it down, which a lot of catchers do, is kind of a timing mechanism for a lot of catchers, a lot of young catchers. And we watch Andrew Susak, who does that, who is learning the position basically at the big league level, and he's going to be very good. Mathis is 32 years old, and he's been playing for a long time. He's a 9-year veteran. Susak's still a young catcher, but that's one of the things that he'll develop into much more calm.
High and deep to right and out of here. Upper deck. And it's 3-1. Round 3 goes to Blanco. Second home run of the year.
And that one stunned Fernandez. Set up on the outside corner, and it comes middle in at the belt. And just let him supply the power.
Panic fouls it out of play. I think that was a fastball.
Just not an overswing at all. You don't have to do it when you have a guy out there throwing 97 like Fernandez does.
with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
I mean, that's where the big boys hit him right there.
Up the middle, Gordon on the backhand. Panik retired. And here's Duffy.
Bam Bam Euland's over there talking it over with Blanco, saying, hands, it's all about the hands. You did good.
Duffy fouls it out of play. It is true, though. If you eliminate your legs, you may not hit a lot of balls out of the park, but if you just use your hands, it can be effective. And then if you ever get the combination right, that's what happens.
And he gives Nori Aoki a lot of credit. He said that he really has shown me how to use my hands and not bar that front arm out. And I mean, he's on fire right now. I mean, he's in the middle of a 9-game hit streak. He's hitting over 500 in the hit streak. And he's as confident as played as I think we've ever seen him.
0-2 to Duffy, who's battling Fernandez right now. This one on the ground to Gordon. So after the home run, a couple of ground balls to Gordon, and here's Buster Posey. Yeah, that's an interesting note.
Right-handers today 1 for 10, lefties 6 for 10. Indeed.
Posey a sacrifice fly and a ground ball and a breaking ball for a strike.
But you know, as good as his breaking ball has been today, and I think that's been the one pitch that has stood out of the 3 that he throws, that's got movement running into a lefty. Right-handers have not done a whole lot with that breaking ball. Next pitch will be number 80. Ideally, at the end of the 5th inning, you want to have 75 or less, so he's not too far over it. But the Giants have definitely put him in his stretch a lot today. Blanco talking it over with Adrianza.
Slowly hit to short, and Echeverria is going to throw him out. Gregor Blanco hits his 2nd of the year, and it indeed was a big fly. As he yanks it into the upper deck. It's bye-bye baby. It's 3-1 Giants. They'll go after Jose Fernandez, and there's a call strike. Fernandez bounced out to Duffy to open up the third. Lifted to left, belt back, gone. Well, Fernandez helps his own cause. It's back to a one-run game.
And that lights the sculpture up in left center. They asked Fernandez how he was doing down the minor leagues. He said, well, I'm hitting better than I'm pitching. He just proved it.
So here's D. Gordon. And Gordon takes a strike.
Take a look at the fastball, two-seam style, up and in, and Fernandez, like he's an everyday player, just spanked it out of here. That's his second home run in the big leagues.
And Gordon goes down on 3 pitches. So Gordon's 0 for 3, and here's Yelich. Yelich doubled and scored in the third. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Gives up the home run, comes right back, gets a strikeout. And one thing that Kane has always done extremely well with is being able to focus on that particular pitch. Can't undo a pitch that goes over the wall. Just get ready to throw the next one. And he cleans the slate as good as anybody.
Low and in, so it's 3-1.
Well, just to finish that conversation up with the veteran catcher Jeff Mathis, you watch his target. He holds that glove up, and you really see an open glove the whole target. And Andrew Susak, a young catcher, has a timing mechanism where he will give you the target, then he'll collapse the glove. You'll see the back of his glove, then he opens it back up. And what he'll eventually learn is just to give you the open glove as a target the whole time. And that little collapsing of the glove as he turns it over, it does affect your concentration. You want a real quiet, still target.
Echeverria's got another hit. Kicks her around by Blanco. His throw to third is going to be wide. So a 90-foot mistake puts the tying run at third.
If you're the base runner, running to first, second base, the play's right in front of you. And Yelich sees a little bit of a bobble in the exchange. He was right there, paying attention. Take advantage of it. So Dave Righetti going to come out and give him a bit of a breather. Go over the scout report with Justin Bohr.
So Dave Righetti out.
Mike Broadway starts to get loose in the Giants' pit.
Justin Bohr walked in the first, popped out to Duffy in the third. And the pitch is wide, 1-0.
Soft stuff away, sets up hard stuff in. I think they're going to try and get him out on the hands. What they did last time, it popped him up.
It is gone. Justin Bohr has done it again. And it's another 3-run home run for the Marlins. This is a 4-run inning now for the Marlins.
Set up in the inside corner. It comes back with the movement of the pitch, middle in, and at the belt, that is right to his wheelhouse.
So here's Ozuna.
Bohr has homered in every game of this series. Now, if you go back and look at the 3 home runs that he has hit, they're all just about in the same spot.
On a play, it's 1-2.
I'll say this about Justin Bohr: when he hits it, they stay hit. Another one in the upper deck. Nice play out there, camp counselor.
Panic in self-defense. 2 down. And here's Rojas. Rojas is 1 for 2. And there's a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ichiro to follow should Rojas extend the inning. In the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Breaking ball 2-2. Starting to throw that a little bit more now.
Curveball's been good.
And Roa stays alive. So Giants have to play comeback baseball now as they trail by 2. Hit into center field. Blanco coming in. Blanco's going to dive and he can't get it. Maxwell gets it on the bounce, and Rojas is 2 for 3. Pretty good effort by Blanco, but he came up just short. And here's Ichiro.
Ball was slicing away from Blanco. He missed it by about the length of a glove.
It's going to be it for Matt Cain. Maybe. Bruce Bochy got to the step. And here's a pop-up over by the seats, and Posey over by that sidewall runs out of room.
Well, Mike Broadway's ready to go. And this is probably going to be Matt Cain's last hitter no matter what.
Pitches high. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Cain showed us all of his pitches. Still throwing 91, which has been pretty much the average fastball velocity he's had all day. I mean, he's going to be hard on himself about the pitch he threw Bohr, but you know, Bohr's the guy that he doesn't really know. Kind of learned the hard way where his hot spot is.
And another toss to keep Rojas close. Ichiro goes the other way, and that's going to be in the seat. One-two pitch. Here it is. And Ichiro takes high. 2-2. Ichiro on the ground. It's a fair ball. Duffy to second, and a nice play. And that'll end the inning. Damage done. 6th inning coming up. 5-3 Marlins. 1998 in August, Barry Bonds hit career home run number 400 at Pro Player Stadium. So what did Bonds do after he hit number 400? He hit 362 more.
That's all he did. And he broke his bat on that swing.
Here's Belt. Belt is 1 for 2. Belt now in the hole, 0-2.
Which anything Bonds did would amaze you, but to hit a home run, break your bat on it.
Yeah. Crawford to follow. Then Susac. We pitch number 85 for Fernandez. Belt hits one in front of the Marlins dugout. It stays at 1-2. Got him.
Change up. Friday, July 10th is the third Orange Friday Happy Hour at AT&T, presented by Lagunitas Brewing Company. You can join us at the pregame happy hour featuring live music and entertainment from Resurrection, a Journey cover band. Go to sfgiants.com/special events and check it out.
Here's Crawford. Crawford with a single in the fourth. He's 1 for 2. On the ground to third for Rojas. Two outs, and here's Susac. Susac is 0 for 2. He's bounced out twice to third.
I don't think Kane's going to be too unhappy with how he threw. He's going to be happy with the score, of course, but
Susac drives one to right, but Ichiro's there, and that'll end the inning. It'll be Jeff Mathis to lead things off. It's 5-3 Marlins.
Is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
It's a 5-3 lead for the Marlins. Well, it's time for a change. Thanks Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
So Mike Broadway picks up the baseball. 6th time he's come into a ball game. No record yet, an ERA of 4.26. What we have seen from Broadway is a very good fastball that goes mid to high 90s, and at times he'll even hit 100. And he's got a pretty good curveball that is a bit inconsistent. Sometimes we see it and it looks unhittable. Other times it's almost like he throws through the break, and it'll have some roll in the breaking ball. The changeup is a project pitch, or the split finger fastball, I should say, is a project pitch still, but does not lack for velocity.
And he's facing Jeff Mathis. And a swinging a foul to the backstop, and it's 0-1. Mathis is 0 for 2. So Kane ends up going 5 innings. Low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Blanco broke back. Now he comes in, and he gets there in plenty of time. 1 out. Here's Fernandez, who hit a home run in the 5th inning.
I mean, he hit it, and you watched it like he averages about 25 or more a year. He is big and he is strong, and that really is not a fluke. He can hit.
One ball and no strikes. D. Gordon to follow. One ball and 1 strike.
And that is the great equalizer. The breaking ball.
For 1 and 2.
I mean, not many guys can match the stuff of Fernandez. Well, Mike Broadway can. Well, he's going to give him another breaking ball right here. See you.
2 outs, and here's Gordon. Gordon is 0 for 3.
He's got the breaking ball going today.
Yeah, every pitch he's going to throw from here on out is going to be a breaking ball.
It's got no roll in it. And I think Susak is thinking nobody can hit that.
One ball and 1 strike. Big chopper. Side retired. So we're going to wait. Local Toyota dealer. So Fernandez ends up going 6, Kane 5. Both allow 7 hits. The bump in the road for Kane came in the 5th inning, and he allowed 4 runs on 4 hits.
I think the one disappointment Kane will have will be in the base on balls. He had 4 walks today.
And it's time for a change. Thanks Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Key pitcher now for Miami will be the left-hander Mike Dunn. 35th time he's come in. 1-4 with a 4.85 ERA. He's got a fastball that'll go low to mid-90s. 2 types of breaking ball, a curveball and a slider.
Maxwell is 1 for 2.
So bang bang, breaking ball, fastball, both in the outside corner. A quick 0-2, and Maxwell has not swung.
Pitch. See you later. 1 out.
And that winds up being a rough at bat.
So here's Joaquin Arias. Arias pinch hitting for Broadway with Blanco to follow. And Arias takes a strike. So Dunn's come in. He's thrown 4 pitches, all for strikes. He's Gene Machi in the bullpen. Getting loose for the Giants. It's 5-3 Marlins. Arias takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes. One and 2. There's Giancarlo Stanton.
Stanton got a splint on his left hand. Broke his hamate bone in his left hand last week. He'll be out for at least a month, maybe 6 weeks.
Arias out swinging. So Dunn's faced 2. He struck out 2. And that'll bring up Gregor Blanco. The back end of this bullpen's tough, and the Giants know that. Here's Blanco, who's 2 for 3.
That'd be a bitter pill for Giancarlo Stanton to swallow. Second year in a row, he's leading the league in home runs. Not ready to go to the All-Star game, home run derby contest, and all of a sudden, boom, hamate bone.
I think you should take it out when you're 17 years old.
Do it in the offseason.
No balls and a strike.
Yeah, I think every baseball fan's disappointed. I can speak for 2 in the booth here.
Yep.
All-Star game in Cincinnati. Great place for home runs.
2-1 to Blanco with Joe Panik on deck. 5-3 Marlins here in the 7th inning.
Next year, the All-Star game is going to be in San Diego. Then in 2017, the All-Star game is going to be here in Miami.
They'll probably open the roof for that. That's my call. You got to open it sometime.
I don't know. July in Miami.
Blanco taking all the way. It's now 3-2. Hit him.
I mean, it got a piece of the bat too. See where he gets him. Like it skimmed off his wrist. Boy, you see a ball go up there and you hit it on the wrist or the finger, it just scares you.
Meaty part of the right hand. Let's see.
Yeah, it just caught him on the bottom of the wrist.
Here's Panik. Panik is 2 for 3. And he takes wide, 1-0. There's a strike, and it's done. Hits the outside corner. 7 hits for both teams. Marlins have hit 2 home runs. Fernandez. And Bohr. 1-2. Giants have hit 1, and that was the home run by Blanco. 1-2. Two and 2.
Good take right there. Not an easy one. That's a quick break ball. Dunn's featuring.
So Panic trying to battle Dunn here with 2 outs. And it's 3-2.
Dunn can get wild.
So now Blanco will take off 3-2. And he walked them. And we're probably going to see another pitcher.
Great at bat.
We talked about the handmade bone. Take it out when you're young or in the off season. And this is when Stanton aggravated it. There it is.
Just a little bone. It's almost has the thickness of a guitar pick. And if you remember, Pablo Sandoval had both of them taken out.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back. Come to you from our nation's capital. 2:30 will be pregame live. We'll have the first pitch right at the top of the hour. And it's going to be the Giants and the Nationals right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.
New pitcher now for the Marlins is going to be Carter Capps. 1-0 with an 0.87 ERA, and look at the strikeouts. 38 strikeouts in 20 2/3, and he has been the setup man. Right now he's going to try and stop this jam.
And on one pitch, this has popped up over by the Giants dugout, and it's 5 rows back. So Duffy not waiting around.
Capps with a high 90s fastball and an unusual unorthodox delivery where he jumps off the mound. You'll also see a curveball, slider, and a changeup. I mean, everything he can throw at you, it can strike you out. I mean, he's just extremely funky delivery.
And
there's the breaking ball. And the rule says a pitcher delivers the batter when the batter does not have his pivot foot in contact with pitcher's plate. It's an illegal pitch. And the pivot foot, the back foot, has to be in contact with the pitcher's plate or the pitcher's rubber. But they rule on it so that he had drag in his foot, therefore it was a legal pitch. It is something that has been ruled on by Major League Baseball. which is why it's not contested anymore. Once they rule on it, it's pretty much it. But watch him come off the rubber, jump, and then hit, and then push. So in essence, he's pushing from a spot in the rubber that's somewhere between 12 and 15 inches closer to the hitter. And that's what makes it an illegal pitch.
Well, let's just put it this way. There's thousands of retired pitchers and now current pitchers. They're all thinking the same thing. Why didn't I think of that? Because it's a way to beat the system.
It really is. And you want another extra foot on your fastball? Well, pitch from a foot closer.
Out of play. Look out.
I mean, that's 98, and Duffy's seen some pitches, so you know he's cranking it up and getting short, and he was still tardy on it.
Well, how tall is he?
6'5".
6'5". So he's got that length, right? He's about a foot and a half closer to home plate. It's perfect.
6'5", 220.
No swing.
Close.
So now Blanco and Panic are going to take off.
Did not go.
Got him right down the heart. And that's going to end the inning. Bottom of the seventh coming up. Fans are going to receive a World Champions license plate courtesy of Good Neighbor Pharmacy. On Sunday, the first 20,000 fans are going to receive a World Champions cap presented by Dignity Health. Get your tickets, sfgiants.com/tickets. It's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Chi, the new pitcher now for the Giants. 28th time he's come into a game. 1-0 with a 5.4 ERA. Since Machi has come off the disabled list, we've really seen a much better forkball, much quicker break, much more control of the break. So he's going to come into this game and face the heart of the beast and try and keep this game at a 2-run deficit.
So here's Yelich. Yelich has been problematic for the Giants this afternoon. He's walked twice, and he's doubled, and he's scored twice. On deck is Echeverria. On a play. 1-2. Kane, Broadway, Machi. Got him. Yelich not happy.
No, he is not. Letting Scott Berry play umpire, no. And this is a forkball. Outside corner. I think he thought it was outside and low, but from Machi's perspective, looks pretty good from here. You see the tumbling rotation of that forkball.
So here's Echeverria. Echeverria, a couple of hits.
You know, we were talking about the home run derby and the all-star games, which is definitely something fans love to see.
Driven to right, and Maxwell will put it away.
And this year's version of the all-star game home run derby is going to be in one of the liveliest ballparks in all of the major leagues, and that's Cincinnati, which promises to be pretty fun. Next year, it's going to be at Petco Park in San Diego. That's not that great a place to hit. Following year, it's going to be here, which is not that great a place to hit home runs. And then it goes to Washington, D.C. That's a pretty good place to hit home runs.
Well, this guy should be in it.
He's impressed us this series. He hit a home run in every game in this series.
Yeah. 1-0. Panic to Posey. Side retired. 6 more outs for the Giants. They trail 5-3. Miami. And Buster Posey's going to lead things off. Buster's 0 for 2. The sacrifice fly in the first. Two balls, no strikes. On deck is Belt. And then Crawford. Hit into left center field and hit well. It is out of here. It's a 5-4 ball game. Buster Posey with home run number 13. And a big boy home run.
Oh, I'll tell you. Yes, it is. Well, let's make it our forward right choice. Why not? A mistake up right at the letters, and he barrels it. And now it's a matter of, is it going to get out of here? You don't see many go out to left center. And in the end, he almost hits the big chunk of art out there in left center. Just to the left of it. Off the wall, home run number 13. Giants within one, and that's our forward right choice.
So the second home run that Caps has allowed. Belt is 1 for 3, a couple of strikeouts. That hit the knob of his bat.
No, I don't think so. I think he just got his glove. That was odd.
It just didn't look like the pitch that Mathis would miss.
Ball just kind of sailed just right off of the tip of the web of the glove of Mathis.
So it's 2-1 now to Belt. Belt, base hit, left field. So the Giants with the tying run at first, and here's Crawford.
So very quickly, Chuck Hernandez, pitching coach, calling down, get somebody up. Brian Morris starts to throw. From the Giants' perspective, in their bullpen, they're not going to use Santiago Casilla today. Going to give him a day off. Everybody else, be ready.
Crawford's 1 for 3. Oh, he had a good swing. No balls and 1 strike.
He was on it at 98. .47 RBIs this first half. It's still 2 days away from the official end of the first half of the season. That concludes after the 81st game.
Crawford breaks down on that pitch, 0-2. That's what you have to do to catch up to 98. You got to start a little sooner.
Little hard slider. You can see the eye on the ball as it spins. Trying to put it down the dirt. get a fisherman, and Crawford bites.
Belt not likely to go. He does have 3 steals. So Crawford chases that next pitch in the dirt. So here's Susak.
Well, Capps is a guy that likes to use the outside part of the plate. There aren't many guys in this Giants club that can hit the ball out the opposite way, but Susak is one of them. He's got that kind of power. He is true foul line to foul line with his ability to hit the ball over the wall, and that means even in a ballpark like this.
It's a good rip. It's no balls in 1 strike. 99. And a quick toss, and again Belt is back, although he slipped off the bag. Good way to turn your ankle. Oh, 0-1 to Susak. And it's low. Belt with his lead. Caps. Throws. Belt goes. Pitches outside. The throw is late. So Belt steals it.
That is the one drawback to the delivery of Caps, is that he takes a while to get rid of the ball. High leg kick, kind of a hop, and even the great arm of Mathis, no contest for the type of jump that Belt got. And that's a big swing of the bat. You're in the batter's box right now, man. You're thinking base hit. And not extra base hit either. Good arms for the Marlins in center and right field. Average arm in left at best.
Two balls and a strike to Susak. Looking for his first hit, although off of Fernandez in the 6th inning. He hit a line drive right at Ichiro. Two and two.
Big sweeping breaking ball. Perfect location. It's not one you want to swing at, so now you make your 2-strike adjustment.
Got him. Maxwell being called back. It's going to be Pagan. So Angel Pagan's going to pinch hit.
on his birthday. I can't think of a better time to hit a home run. Celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, I agree.
Give your team a 1-run lead. I'm just throwing it out there.
He was the originator of Happy Flight, right?
Yes, he was. Cincinnati, his first year as a Giant.
So he went 2 for 5 last night. With Belt at second and 2 outs. Posey opened up the 8th with a home run to make it a 1-run game. One ball and no strikes.
So opens it up with a breaking ball low. And Jennings, the skipper. Mike Goff, the bench coach.
Pagan chases 99 and he fouls it back.
This is home run, or this is at bat number 290 on the year for Pagan, and he doesn't have a home run.
One and two. Giants get a run closer on Buster Posey's 13th home run of the season. It's 5-by baby. It's 5-4 Miami. Insurance Giants post game live. Highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up right after the game. Five, 4 Marlins. So Machi to face Ozuna. Pitch is wide. Blanco moves from center to right. Pagan stays in the game. Chop to Duffy at third, and Duffy will make the play. And here's Rojas. Rojas has a couple of hits. It's actually his first 2 hits since being called up to the big leagues.
Well, he earned the right to be here. He was the lead hitter down in New Orleans, the AAA club.
And he takes a strike.
A.J. Ramos, the closer for the Marlins, heating up.
And that's fair down the right field line. Third hit for Rojas. Ball dives down in the corner, and that's going to allow Rojas to get the third.
This may not be a ballpark that's going to give you a lot of home runs, but it's going to give you a lot of triples. There's lots of personality along the sidelines. That ball comes off the wall at a weird angle. What does it hit?
So now the Giants have to play the infield in.
That little pipe cost the Giants 90 feet.
Sure did. Infield in, Ichiro at the plate. And it's outside for a ball, 1-0.
That little pipe underneath the padding hit that. The ball carried away from Blanco, who was positioning himself deep in the corner of the foul pole, and all of a sudden that thing kicks away from him. That's 90 feet. It changes everything. Strikeout situation for Machida, one of the toughest guys in baseball to strike out. So here you hope to get lucky. Figured he's going to put it in play.
So it's 3-0. And the walk.
I don't think it really breaks the heart of Machi.
No, almost looked like Machi. That's what he was trying to do. So here's Mathis.
Well, with the walk of Ichiro, I mean, you can play your middle infielders different now. You can play them at a modified double play depth. And Mathis is a candidate to hit the ball on the ground. He's already done it once today. And he doesn't have the speed that Ichiro has. George Cantos heating up. It's going to be George Cantos.
So Bruce Bochy's coming out. Oakland door will open up, and it indeed is Cantos when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back.
tomorrow morning. I'll be talking about the game with Murph and Mack on KMBR 680, the sports leader. So coming into the ball game now, it is 5-4 Marlins. Runners at first and third, one out. The new pitcher for the Giants will be George Cantos. 38th time that he has come into a game. He's 2-0 on the year with a 1.62 ERA, and he has inherited a strikeout situation. For Cantos, he has been very, very good. And he's been very, very good at inheriting runners and not allowing them to score. And I think that's the one thing about Cantos and his statistics this year. It really jumps off the page. And he has inherited 18 runners and nobody has crossed the plate. But this is going to be the ultimate challenge when you inherit a runner at third and less than 2 outs to see if he can keep that streak going.
All right, so Cantos to face Mathis. Giants will play the infield in. Low, 1 ball and no strikes. At third, Rojas. At first, Ichiro. And now the throw to third, and the ball gets away from Duffy. Ichiro's going to go to second. I don't know if Rojas would have been out, but it did cost the Giants 90 feet with Ichiro.
Now, no longer can you step towards third and fake the throw. If you're going to step and your foot's in contact with the rubber, you have to make a throw. Winds up being called an error on Cantos.
Well, that's the worst call I've ever heard in my life.
It's got to be an error on Duffy. And that throw was perfect.
Now the infield comes in even a little more, and it's inside. E5.
And with the error and Ichiro moving up to second, this is 100% pure strikeout now.
Or a pop-up.
That's even better. And the reaction from Cantos, he knew he just gave up 90 feet. But it was not his fault. I mean, again, he threaded the needle with that throw. Duffy took his eye off it. And really, if you're the Giants, you have to be happy that it didn't kick away from Duffy that would allow Rojas to score.
So here's Dietrich. Derek Dietrich is going to pinch hit. And the pitch is blocked by Susak, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes. Susak wants to have a word with Cantos.
Well, I think it's a little bit of a pep talk here. He doesn't have to strike him out, but I think from a catcher's perspective, a lot of guys like to go out and tell their pitcher that throw this ball down in the dirt, I'll block it. Don't worry about that. You don't have to worry about it getting by me with a runner at third. Because sometimes in situations where you want to throw it down in the dirt, guys won't do it for fear that it will get by a catcher.
So it's 1-0. And that evens the count at a ball and a strike. Second and third, 2 outs. High fly ball, right center field. And Contos does it again. He leaves them stranded. We'll go to the ninth. Giants need a run to tie and 2 to take the lead.
Comes off the bat of Justin Bour, who homers in every game in this series. A 3-run shot for Bour, home run number 9 of the year since he's been called up. And he has been a shot in the arm. And today he was a difference maker. Here is our player of the game, brought to you by Honda.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
A.J. Ramos, the new pitcher now for Miami. Take a look at his numbers. 11 saves and 14 opportunities. 36 times that he has come in. He has inherited this role. 45 strikeouts in 35 2/3. Just 27 base runners allowed in the 35 innings. And what you're going to see is a low 90s cutter. He's going to throw a lot of them in a hard slider, basically. He's got a changeup and a curveball, but you don't see a lot of them.
So here's Travis Ishikawa. And he pops up the first pitch into shallow center field. 1 out. And here's Gregor Blanco. Blanco's 2 for 3. A single and a home run. He was hit by a pitch in the 7th. And tight, 1 ball and no strikes. 2-0. Giants would love to get Blanco aboard because of his speed.
He's seeing it well. What a nice series.
Goes the other way for Yelich. 2 down. And that's going to bring up Joe Panik. Panik today has been on base 3 times. And he wraps it on the ground, and Gordon is going to take a hit away from Panik, and that's the ball game. So Jose Fernandez comes back. He's victorious. He gets a win. He gets a home run. And the Giants end up getting swept here in Miami. And it's a tale of the 3-run home run, one in every game against the Giants, and they lose this one to end out the series.
Now a disappointing return for Matt Cain, I'm sure, but I think from the Giants' perspective, the way that they saw him throw, the stuff that he had, they have to be very, very encouraged that he's back in the rotation.
Final score: Marlins 5, Giants 4. Stay tuned. East Giants postgame live. That starts right now.